All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm excited to be the one to kick off with our partners here, the Sugar Bowl game this week. And the best thing about it is all about team play. And that's exactly who we are. We're a team. And we are announcing that for the Sugar Bowl next few days, starting tonight even. We have a 100% all hands on deck. And we will be seeing, for our citizens who live here, our residents and our visitors who have come to town, we are going to make it a fun environment for you, but first and foremost, your safety. We're going to have NOPD alone, we'll have over 300 officers out there. And then in addition with our partners, with the state police. Y'all, what an incredible partnership we've had this year. And I want to thank you, Colonel, and the state police for being such fabulous partners with us. And so we're excited about that. We're going to be giving you some details, but I just wanted to wish everyone still a happy holiday. And we have great things planned for the end of the year as well as the beginning of 2025. And with that, I will step to the side and ask Colonel Hodges if you wouldn't mind coming to the podium, sir.
Thank you, Chief. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for taking time out on a Monday, even though it feels like a Friday. I'm Colonel Robert Hodges, Superintendent of Louisiana State Police, and for nearly 50 years, we've partnered with the New Orleans Police Department here in the city, and as the Chief alluded to, a proud partnership and a very successful team effort. In addition to our Troop NOLA personnel and the command staff who's behind me, we'll be deploying additional troopers to assist the New Orleans Police Department in critical areas such as the French Quarter, the Central Business District, and the interstates. The deployment will include uniformed troopers, specialized units including mounted patrol, our K-9, and our motors. Our partnerships with those to my right, Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries, as well as our probation and parole who are also here, are critical to the state's presence and, of course, our force multiplier with the New Orleans Police Department. So our state partners, when you'll see wildlife agents working side by side and riding in patrol units with our troopers as we leverage that opportunity, and they have the training with Secretary Sheehan and Colonel Clark. As you know, without our state agencies, in addition to state police, we wouldn't be successful in the city. Throughout this holiday weekend, I encourage everyone to remain vigilant and prioritize safety. Report any suspicious activity, never drive while impaired, and ensure your loved ones have a plan in place to have a safe and happy New Year's Eve weekend or next 3 days. As you know, tonight kicks off the 3-day event as we bring in, to the Chief's point, more resources, all hands on deck. And then tomorrow, the New Year's Eve and the ball drop. And then, of course, Wednesday, the big game in the Dome as we welcome our fans from Georgia and from Notre Dame and Indiana to Louisiana. And we showcase New Orleans to everyone. I want to just remind everybody, for suspicious activity, to those who are out there, that if you see something, you can contact our Fusion Center hotline at 1-800-434-8007. We also have the See Something, Send Something, Say Something app online. And additionally, if you're on the interstates or the highways and you see a aggressive motorist, you can contact state police by dialing star 577 or star LSP, and we will make sure that a uniformed trooper can, attend to whatever traffic matters that creates. If you plan on drinking, please do not drive. Plan ahead, get a sober driver, or utilize our ride shares that are available in the city as well as taxis. Impaired driving will not be tolerated. Be smart and be safe. Everyone should be buckled up in the vehicle. Pay close attention to pedestrians in and around parade routes. As y'all know, we have that small little parade tomorrow for the Sugar Bowl. It's imperative that our motorists are not distracted, not just by the phone and the passengers in the vehicle, but by remembering that there are bicyclists and pedestrians that are in and around the city and on the streets that are just enjoying. Maybe it's their first time to New Orleans, and we want to make sure that you are aware of them, you're buckled in, and you're paying attention so everyone remains safe. We're deploying an additional 60 troopers throughout the city to complement the New Orleans Police Department, in addition to the regular Troop NOLA complement. And we feel that this is not only ampling up, but it's going to further prepare us for, in February, when we host Super Bowl 59 here in the city. I want to talk about a positive note for us. Earlier this afternoon, NOLA troopers came upon a vehicle through a traffic stop. They witnessed the vehicle disregard a stop sign to have dark tint and a switched license plate. As a result, the stop led to an arrest of a wanted felon on federal charges and state warrants, the recovery of 2 firearms, multiple fraudulent temporary tags, $800 in cash, a large seizure of separate narcotics testing positive for both methamphetamine, cocaine, and fentanyl. The message here is clear. Governor Landry is committed, Troop NOLA, and our resources to complement and support the New Orleans Police Department continually throughout the year. But today, as you see that, it lets all the other residents and visitors who are coming to the city for this great event, both New Year's Eve and Sugar Bowl, that we're out there making it safe each and every day. And this should be a message to those who want to commit violent crimes or participate in criminal activity, that we're going to locate you, we're going to investigate the crime, we're going to make the necessary arrests. So please take your business elsewhere, because the New Orleans Police Department, Louisiana State Police, the Wildlife and Fisheries, Probation and Parole, our Harbor Police, our Levee District, our Sheriff's Office here in Orleans, we're going to be out there providing public safety through enforcement efforts as a team. In closing, I want to thank everyone, and I'd like to turn it over to Secretary Madison Sheehan from Wildlife and Fisheries.
Good afternoon. I'm Madison Sheehan, the Secretary of the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. I'm joined by Colonel Clark and Lieutenant Colonel Skinner today to be able to talk about the public safety that we are helping provide with the state troopers as well as NOPD. Our mission, as always, is conservation, but the #1 mission for us is to keep the sportsman's paradise safe and the people of Louisiana and those that are visiting safe. And so we're very honored to be able to be a part of this. NOPD does great work throughout the year in partnership with Troop NOLA at the direction of Governor Jeff Landry. We are excited to be able to be a part of this. Over the last year with this partnership, as it's grown, we've been able to keep wildlife off the streets of Bourbon and seen great success with that. We encourage everybody not to bring your wildlife out, not to bring your snakes out. We will take them off the streets, and we want to make sure everybody stays safe this holiday season and has a great Sugar Bowl. But we look forward to being able to continue this partnership as we put about 15 agents out on the streets to be able to partnership with the contingent that Troop NOLA has and NOPD and the state troopers have. So thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. First, I want to thank again, like as Superintendent says, thank State Police and Wildlife and Fishery and most of all, our NOPD officers. While everybody, is going to be celebrating, and as well as the troopers and the wildlife and fishery agents, while everybody's celebrating New Year's Eve, watching the games, they're going to be out here working. So I don't want to take that for granted. They will do their best to keep everyone safe. With that said, in addition to the 300 officers the chief mentioned, we also, that is not including our Superdome contingency also as well. You're going to see blue lights out there. You're going to see officers out there. We're going to have our tactical units out there, our mounted patrol, bicycle patrols, and walking beats. So we have quite the coverage out there, especially on Canal and all the streets in between the French Quarter and the CBD. So with that said, we just want you to have fun and want you to have a safe New Year's Eve as well as Sugar Bowl. But we also want you to give yourself plenty of time to get to where you want to go. Do not wait till the last second and think you're going to get to anywhere really quickly. Our traffic division will be monitoring the streets to see if we need to implement any closures, and they do a great job of that. Right now, we don't plan on closing anything other than the interior and exterior of the quarter. So, but Poydras should be open, Canal Street should be open, unless traffic gets to be too heavy. But with that said, we do wish you all have a safe and enjoyable event. Thank you.
Okay, we'll take questions for, we'll start with Channel 4. Okay, Channel 6.
I just had a quick question for clarification. Is the 300 officers over the 3-day period or just for the Sugar Bowl game?
It is for starting today. It's going to go New Year's Eve and the Sugar Bowl game. And then after that, we'll have a small contingent for exiting the events.
Okay, thank you.
Ashley?
I know there's been some conversation with the city and NOPD and other law enforcement agencies about safety surrounding parades, second lines, all of that. Are there any additional things you guys are implementing when it comes to the parade tomorrow?
Well, we're going to also be using technology. So we do leverage our camera integrated system. We will have drones up as well. And just to reiterate, thank you, Colonel Hodge, for again addressing firearm safety. So if you cannot bring a firearm to a parade route, so everybody be mindful of that. It's zero tolerance. We are going to be looking for that. And so we will be leveraging all of our technology in addition to our staffing. So thank you to all of our team for coughing up a lot of officers to just devote to this area.
26.
My question is pretty much the exact same that the NOPD just answered in regards to y'all's troopers and y'all's agents. Are y'all going to begin deploying y'all 60 troopers and 15 agents tonight, or are y'all going to be waiting until the Sugar Bowl?
We're tonight starts the deployment. Of course, tomorrow's New Year's Eve and then New Year's Day through the evening of the game. So for the next 3 days is how we have the deployment set up. So you'll see full strength, and then of course I think Secretary Sheehan will discuss her agents, but they're working in partnership with our troopers.
With the partnership that we have with state police, we understand that it works best when we work with these partnerships and we all stay on the same shifts. So we'll be working the same thing. Our agents will start tonight as well.
Missy?
You had said that you'll be asking people not to bring snakes. What other animals or wildlife will you be looking for when agents are riding along on these patrols?
So in the state of Louisiana, you can't own wildlife. It's property of the state, and so we want to make sure that wildlife remains wild. And so really any kind of animal that is not a cat or a dog or a pet with a permit, if you have an animal with a permit, that needs to stay in the proper cage at your house where that permit is recognized. So really anything that's not a cat or a dog on a leash is what we are looking for to make sure people stay safe. These snakes can bite, other animals can bite, and we're always worried about rabies or things like that. And so we just don't want that going on the streets and keeping our visitors safe as well as the people of Louisiana safe.
And did you say 15 or 50? I just want to make
15.
15. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank y'all for coming out, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
No nutria, yes ma'am. Except for the one with the permit. There is one with the permit.
Thank you, Madam.
If it has a